here in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Let's go! Greystone, pass! Yeah!
Now ETN to start the drive. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Another tote for ETN. Room here to run. That good for 19 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Jaguars at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take over here up near the 40. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. A first down throw for Mills. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here at their own 23. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Smith to return it. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Mills. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Mills to throw it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw is Mills. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. First and 10, it's Pierce. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Jackson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky?
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And they'll run with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. After to the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
On the return, here's Agnew. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
That's complete to Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Mills delivers another one to Pierce. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
A couple of anxious seconds there. Probably felt like an eternity to him. That ball's tipped up into the end zone. And once it goes up there, you know it can be anybody's football at that point. Pretty lucky that one fell to the ground harmlessly.
This one finds Pierce on the out route. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Mills. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef, but they can let it take.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Well, you don't have to be a student of X's and O's to know that right there, that just was the perfect play call defensively.
You're exactly right, because what they did really well, disguised their intentions. They never thought that the corner would come on the blitz, but when he did, that QB was exposed and brought to the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy who's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. That's underneath to Pierce. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings us 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing, Mills. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, Mills. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Steps away. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On play action, Mills. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
On the carry, this is Pierce. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So first and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, Mills. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now Mills on the bootleg. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run here with Pierce. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Mills to the air again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Lawrence will throw. The pass complete to Ingram on the crossing route. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 2nd and 6. Mills now. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
4th down, Mills. And now here's another interception. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Want to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position, and even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Go now. Kick, pull it high. Hey, Alpha. Defense.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. That's one of those, Charles, when it works, it looks amazing, and when it doesn't, it means trouble.
Yeah, you're right about that one, partner, because that allows us to say, what are you thinking when it doesn't work? Although I know in his mind when he made the call, he was thinking about the amazing part. But in this case,
Pierce has it knocked loose, and the Jags grab it, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Ready. Let's go.
Play action. It's Lawrence out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And the Texans are right back in this football game. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
On on second down. Here's Pierce. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
To throw once more on second and 10. Mills. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Mills to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Again, it's Mills, and yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Mills on first down. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A first down throw for Mills. And my goodness, another interception. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well, cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
X3, 218, stop it. Heading west. On the ball.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line.
51, match block, right.
On second down, a run with Etienne. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? On third down, Lawrence. And he fires Fires one, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. That's returnable now for Smith. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. And he finds Howard complete. And some room to work. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mills. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's 2nd and a yard. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mills. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Etienne. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
34-yard line.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Jags, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.